Yo, what up? The Sony A6400, still my favorite APS-C camera for the money in the market. So you get yours and you're ready to shoot, but you need a couple more accessories to start getting your cinematic filming on. Today we're going to talk about 9 accessories that I really love that are key to help filming your cinematic videos with your A6400. Let's get into it. But first and foremost, just a little bit of manners. Welcome to Creative Tech Lab. This is probably your first time here. We talk a lot about run and gun videography here on the channel with a lot of other creative disciplines to come. So welcome. All that I ask is that you stick around, give the video a chance, and then if you like it, you know what to do with all the little buttons down below. Big up to the 4,000 people. Yes, we've recently just crossed 4,000 people, so we're a small but growing community. But I always like to start every video with just giving a shout out to everybody that went down below and hit up those buttons. It's greatly appreciated on my part. So even with the amazing year that we've had for camera releases this year from all the different camera companies, hey, B&H, has my A7S III shipped yet? Inside joke. But seriously, with all the different cameras that have come out this year, I think sometimes we forget that the cameras that are already on the market are still really amazing, and that's how I feel about the APS-C category from Sony. The A6100, the A6400, and the A6600 are amazing cameras. For the money, I think the A6400 is still the best in that mid-tier of the APS-C cameras there. We're getting great image quality, blazing fast autofocus, 120 frames per second in HD. I think it's the perfect little content creation tool for anybody that's creating small commercial work or stuff like this here on YouTube. But you do need a couple of little things that I think can enhance that filming experience, is what we're going to get into here now. Alright, so as a content creator, if you need to film yourself, one of the most important features on the A6400 was the flip up screen. You could flip the screen up and see yourself. However, the hot shoe is in the way if you do mount a microphone right here. In comes this little amazing thing right here, the small rig hot shoe relocator. Pop this into the hot shoe mount right here, and then your microphone can be placed over on this side right here, and then you could still see your beautiful face there. Alright, speaking of microphone placements, you're going to want to use an external mic with this camera. I alternate between either the Rode Videomicro, because it's nice and compact, or the Movo VXR10. Either one of those are really good. I'll link the video that I did up here comparing the two. They're both awesome microphones. One's just a little bit more bass responsive than the other. All this kind of needs to be updated now that Deity has come out with their duo microphone there. Deity, give me a shout, send me one over there, and I'll gladly compare it and give it a full review as well. But external microphone from Rode Videomicro is probably what I would recommend to go along with the A6400 for your run and gun filming. Alright, next up on the list are these amazing things right here, the piece design straps and fasteners for your mirrorless cameras. These things are awesome as they stay onto the camera, and then you could get the straps on and off. If you ever use the dedicated straps that come with the Sony camera, you know it's hard to get them on and get them off, and sometimes you want to utilize a strap. What it is, sometimes you're getting those cinematic shots and you're just running and gunning and you don't want to set it up on a gimbal. You want to just put it on there. These are pretty cool because they just snap in here like so, and then here on the other side, and then you're good to go. And then if you need to take them off, all you do is just stick it in here, pull it off, and you are good to go. The actual strap itself for a camera this size, I have what is called the Peak Design leash. I will link it down below. It's a little bit smaller and a little bit more compact for a camera this size. The bigger one I use on my A7 III, which is a little bit bigger camera. This one seems to be the perfect size for this camera. Again, links will be down below so you could find the perfect size there. And next up on the list here is this amazing battery grip here from Meike. I've done an entire video on this that I will link up here, but in short, it extends your battery life and it makes the camera a lot easier to grip there. I find this very useful for the A7 III for making it a lot more stable. But 2 batteries go into here, giving you essentially double the battery life there, and then it connects to the camera with a dummy battery and you're able to hold it a lot better. This is one of my favorite accessories here for the A6400. Check out the video that I will link up top and down below there. Alright, and speaking of batteries, battery life has been much improved on this camera, but we have the Rav Power Duo batteries there with the dual battery charger. This is essential as well. So with the battery grip there, these are the 2 extra batteries that I decided to buy. Even though the battery life is much improved, if you're out shooting all day, you're probably going to want some extra batteries, and it's really convenient just to have 2 batteries going at the same time. So as soon as one runs out, the camera automatically just switches over to the other one. You don't have to stop and change there. And then when it comes time to charge, what I like about this here, even though it's a third-party battery system there, you could charge 2 batteries at one time, essentially 3 batteries, because you could charge the other one in the camera that came with it, and then have 3 batteries ready to go at all times. Even though these are third-party batteries, I've had very little issues with them running out any faster than the OEM batteries there, and they're a lot cheaper, and again, come in a pack with the charger. Great value here. This is what I'd recommend if you need extra batteries. Alright, next up on the list are these things here. Premium quality screen protectors there. This is pretty self-explanatory. I get these for all my Sony cameras here. They fit all the different Sony screens that I have. The other added benefit to these, aside from protecting your screens and not having your screens get scratched up there, is that they do cut the glare a little bit, and if you wear polarized sunglasses like I do, it does help you see the screen a little bit better. So just go ahead, get you some screen protectors for your Sony cameras there. Next up, this thing right here, Joby Gorillapod. With all the hype of some of the other things coming out, especially the Switch Pod, I feel like a lot of people have been talking bad about Gorillapods. Not totally unwarranted there. These things do kind of stretch out over time, but in terms of versatility for a vlogger and a run and gun filmmaker, this tool is still very, very invaluable in terms of vlogging, holding the camera of course, but also being able to put it in precarious positions wherever it is that you're out filming, running and gunning or whatever. I feel like something that's a little bit more stable doesn't always work on unstable surfaces there. So the Gorillapod is still my go-to tripod for my Sony mirrorless cameras, particularly the A6400. For the A6400, I find that the 3K is more than sufficient to hold any of my setups, even with the battery grip, and I just did a vlog test video with the 16mm. With all the lens setups that I have, this is still sufficient to hold anything there. As you can see here, I have a different tripod head. I guess that's a little bit of a bonus. I have a newer tripod head there that takes the little that has a little quick release place there. So this is pretty cool, and this is my setup. But I've used it with the other tripod sets from Gorillapod. Sometimes those wear out a little bit more quickly, but this is my recommended tripod for your A6400. But while we're on the topic of tripods and stabilization, we also have this thing right here. This is the Zhiyun Weebill Lab. I'm still using the Weebill Lab. I did not upgrade to the S, although I do feel like there's some new gimbals coming out as we speak, maybe already released at the time of this video, because I know DJI is dropping something, but I'm still rocking the Weebill Lab. This is still low profile, can fit into my camera bag, and definitely holds any of the setups for the A6400 that I've thrown at it. Or actually right now, at the time of this filming of this video, you might as well go ahead and upgrade to the S, because if you do upgrade to a different camera later, the S could still hold some of your heavier setups like your A7 III, A7S III, and things of those sorts. And then last but not least, my favorite lens for the APS-C line is the Sigma 16mm f1.4. That's not the accessory that we're talking about though. If you are gonna be rocking the Sigma 16mm f1.4 with that amazing aperture that lets in all that light, you are going to need one of these things right here, an ND filter. I do use a variety of different ND filters here. This one is the moment variable ND filter that I've been using a lot. I've also used the Peter McKinnon ones from Polar Pro, as well as Freewell. Look out for that video coming out sometime soon. But ND filters are going to be essential for any video creator that wants to keep that shallow depth of field and keep the correct motion blur for your cameras there. I will link the ones that I recommend down below. This Moment one, the Polar Pro one, as well as a cheaper option from Gob there as well. Alright, and that's it. Hopefully this video was not too long. No need to ramble on there. Those are my 9 essential accessories there for your A6400 camera. Let me know if there's anything that I left out that you typically use or you were thinking about using. Maybe there are other things that I have that I just didn't include in this video. If this video helped you out in any way, shape, or form, please go ahead, drop it a like, as it does help us to keep creating content like this here on the channel. Hit the subscribe button if you're into your Sony cameras. We have a lot of content already here on the camera and a lot more to come on your other Sony cameras. Waiting on my A7S III to ship here. Hopefully it ships sometime soon. But in the meantime, we have a lot more stuff to talk about the Sony APS-C lines, as well as mixing and matching some different lens combinations. I'll also link my lens video up here to recommend to go with this camera as well. Anyway, I won't ramble on there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for rocking with me. Stay creative, keep creating, and I will catch you in the next video. Big up yourself. Peace.